Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I really appreciate you taking our time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Everything it says to do on the screen. Thank you in advance. Now today we're talking about a fighting game, and this is also very relevant because this is my only foray into actual competitive gaming. When I say competitive gaming, I mean like there's money on the line. So I'm going to tell you a story about Mortal Kombat 4. Now we're using the Mortal Kombat Go Dreamcast edition just because, I always like to pick the version of Mortal Kombat that has the most characters. I don't know. Mortal Kombat is one of those games where I always felt like, give me the one that had everybody on there, because they always had these like slight iterations after 3 where it would be like, okay, this is 3 or this is Ultimate 3 and this has, X, Y, and Z added to it. So we're going to do Gold. But Mortal Kombat 4 is often where me and a lot of people in my circle go, this is where Mortal Kombat started to get bad, right? Because they were on such a streak from obviously the first game, right? Blows everything out the water as far as we had nothing like it. Mortal Kombat 2 builds on everything the first one did. Mortal Kombat 3, I know it started to change gameplay wise, but it was like, to me, it was the best of everything they could offer because, combos started being a real thing in games, especially fighting games, right? So Mortal Kombat 3 has all of these built-in combos, and everybody's combos kind of look, representation of their fighting style. And then we got to 4, and it's like, okay, we had to go 3D, I guess, because that was kind of the progressive, course of action. But the combo started to get a little generic per person. Like everybody has fierce, and then 2 kicks, or like 1 kick, or like just some sort of like, as you see from the video, everybody's combos are kind of the same. Sure, the finishers are a little different and there's certain variations you can do, but you see where it was kind of going. And then we go into like Deadly Alliance and Deception and Armageddon, and it's just had to reboot it, with 9. But anyway, this game is really, really important to me in my gaming journey because this was the game where I finally had to, in front of people, not just in the house, not just over a friend's house, not just at, cousins or a family reunion, but this was where I had to, put my gaming reputation on the line. So in high school, I went to a very, let's say, informal high school. Shout out to Macintosh High, one of the best high schools ever. And there was a band teacher, he was fairly new, and he was young. He was, fresh out of college, and he was talking about video games one day. And he's like, in college, I was the Mortal Kombat 4 king. Nobody can beat me in Mortal Kombat 4. I used to make money off Mortal Kombat 4 and all this stuff. Now, granted, I had played Mortal Kombat 4 with my, cousins and whatnot. And like every fighting game, we made it competitive. You just had to be good in my household. Otherwise, you get teased to no end. And so, I was decent at it, but I never thought I was actually that good. Like, if you asked me what fighting game, I would have probably told you like X-Men versus Street Fighter, or, Street Fighter Alpha 2 or EX plus Alpha, but not Mortal Kombat 4. But one of my friends, one of my classmates is like, I bet you can't beat Darius in Mortal Kombat. And he's like, obviously he's not going to let some child show him up. And because I would have said the same thing, like, are you crazy? I'd murder ball that dude. So again, my school is a bit informal. So the last, month or so of school, he's like, I'm gonna bring the system up here and, you just get ready to take this beat. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna back down. And so we start, first I watch him play a couple of people, and, they're like, nah, before you play him, I want to play you, all that. And I'm like, cool. It gives me a chance to kind of scope out the competition. And essentially what I realized very shortly into watching him is that he had one combo. He played Scorpion, he'd do the basic combo that everybody has, and then he would arm break you, until it says maximum damage. And it was a very viable strategy, especially when people don't know what to do. And the thing is I played Raiden, and Raiden had a teleport, which would just kind of reset whatever positioning you had. And also there was like a sidestep button that nobody really used. So once I figured out how to like beat him before I even played him, it was like, oh, he's gonna teleport, you block uppercut, and then, just sidestep, all the running attacks and all that stuff. And I proceeded to beat this dude, like, not even trying to be funny, at least a dozen times. It may have been 20 times. But every game that we play, there's these side bets going on. And like, they're like, okay, statistically wise, he's got to lose the next one. So like people are betting, $5, $1 here. And so I have my friend who kind of set everything up. He's like, yo, whatever I win, I'm going to just give you half of it. And I was like, cool, I ain't even got to put up no money. So like I said, I beat the dude like a dozen times. And next thing I know, there's a wad of cash. And granted, it wasn't really like, hundreds of dollars. It probably was like $60. But like, come on, bro, I'm 14. Like $60 is really good for me at the time. $60 would probably be good right now. But so, and I played Raiden every single match just because he never beat me. And I was like, well, I'll try somebody else if he wins, but then he didn't. So I know this isn't the best Mortal Kombat, right? But, it had some positive things going on. And also, if you are aware of the endings to this game, you understand how great those things were, even though they had nothing to do with the gameplay and everything like that. And I know this one is a little long-winded and there's nothing I can do to make it shorter, but I needed to explain to you all about why this game is significant to me, more so than just it being another entry in the Mortal Kombat series, right? Now, if you have any stories about you attaining video game glory locally or on a much larger scale, I'd love to read about those in the comments, so I look forward to your feedback. And if you know about the legendary Jarek ending, I just need you to comment with the phrase that he says as he jumps off the cliff to let me know that you know what's going on. So I appreciate you letting me reminisce with you and brag a little bit. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.